Here we go, guys. How's it going? I'm filming this on a Friday night. May or may not have an old fashioned while I'm doing it. So, what we're talking about here is the clean pull, and specifically back position and shoulder girdle recruitment. And then we'll also talk a little bit about a front squat. So, what we're doing here is we're bringing the bar from the ground to the shoulder and then doing some front squats in a workout. And in the workout, it had running in it, so you're going to be breathing heavy and keeping your midline engaged in a nice lumbar position, your chest up, your head up, is really key. So Joseph here sent a video of him warming up. He didn't do the workouts, but it's him just working on his cleans. So we're just going to go through this and kind of look at the difference. So what I have here is that we're started in the same position, right? So both of us are kind of looking down. We're getting ready to pull off the ground. Notice we both have those rounded backs and looking straight at the ground. That's fine to start. But then what we're going to do is we're going to check Joseph out here for a second. And what you're going to notice is his back is rounded. And then what he does is he kind of pulls tight, and you notice that his back is much straighter. He's looking straight ahead, and it's not a terrible position. You can still see there's some roundedness in that position, and we can clean that up a little bit. So we'll keep going. Just watch this pull. And we're coming through. You can see how the hips drive up just a little bit. I could use a little bit more shoulder engagement as well. And so he pulls. Little arm bend, so you notice that the arm is bent here and the hips aren't fully open, but that's not the big focus right now. The big focus is the back position. We catch now. So notice the catch position. This is an issue. So notice that the hips are in front of the bar, right? See how the hips are here? That's not a good position to be in. What we want is the hip position. We want the hips to be behind the bar, so we should be here. That's what that position should be like, and the elbows should be higher. So not a great catch position. We got to fix that. But now he sets up for the front squat. Nice high elbows. Looks really good. Sets his feet. Squats down. His back is in a pretty darn good position, especially for somebody his height. I mean, he's pretty tall. He has a long way to go in that front squat, and that's pretty good. There's very little butt wink. I don't really see any at all. So like the front squats, I'm really impressed by. They look really good, but the technique part of coming off of the floor could definitely see some work. So setting the back, and then straight arms on the pull, fully opening the hip and catching in a proper power position. So now what I have over here is me doing some weights. So over here we have him doing 95. I think I have 85. This is Krista's bar that I had. She was warming up on, so I just used hers. So what you're going to see here is I have a back rounded, right? My back's rounded, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to load. You can kind of see I'm kind of breathing, and I'm kind of bringing my shoulders forward. And then what I do is I'm going to load my hamstrings, and I pull my shoulders back. See, my shoulders are super tight, and they kind of came back. So if we come back and look at Joseph's start position, see how his shoulders are kind of slumped forward, right? They're kind of slumped forward, right? Whereas my shoulders are a little bit more back. There's more engagement at that. You guys, sorry about that. Elle's daddy knocking at the door. And then what you can see is that, look at that, how flat my back is versus Joseph here. You can see like the rounded, especially in that lower back, it's just rounded the whole way. I'll just go through one more time, right? And now he's going to start his pull, right? He's just never in that flat position. So here I'm very flat that entire time. Makes sense. And then it stays flat on that pull the entire time. Notice as soon as I start moving my hips, my shoulders start moving. The hips and shoulders are moving at the same time. When Joseph starts pulling, what you'll see is there's just actually it does a decent job, but the hips are still a little too high. All right, so back's coming nice and flat or straight. Notice my arms are still straight. Straight arms, straight arms, straight arms, straight arms. Look, I'm at this full extension. Hang on, I get it. Here we go. I'm at this full extension, right? My heels are just barely coming off the ground. If we look at Joseph here, right, he's broken position and his arms are bent. My arms are still straight and full extension. I'm going to catch. Now, this is the next part. Notice that catch. I catch the bar on my shoulders. My elbows are high. Flat back, hips behind the bar, and we have these good positions, right? Does that, when you see his catch, bam, you're going to see a few things. One, the bar kind of curled around. The hips are in front of the bar. The knees are forward. And what that's going to do, now you're top heavy. All the weight's back here. So if that weight starts getting really heavy, what's going to happen? You're going to fall back into that car, right? So we need to make sure that we're catching with those hips back. That's what we want to see, right? And then that crease the hip, nice flat back, head straight ahead. I'm just moving through. All right. So that was a little long-winded explanation, but it really breaks down each part. Right? Like the main issue that we saw with Joseph was the clean, and that is the more technical movement. There's a lot of skill. There's a lot of work that needs to be done with that. A front squat. I'm not saying a front squat isn't. You still need a lot of skill work in a front squat, but it's not as technical as a clean. All right. I hope you guys got some out of this. If you're ever doing some extra work, take a video of yourself and watch it. And, if you want to get some feedback, send it to one of the coaches and we'll give you some feedback and help you out. We want to see you guys get better and keep working towards better every day. I hope you guys enjoyed this. Give us some feedback. Like the video, comment on the video. Let us know what your issues are. Like, is there something that we can go over to help you guys out? We're here to help, and we love doing it. Have a good one, guys.